Well, hey, good looking. You want to see what we have cooking today in my kitchen? Well, grab a hold of that vine and swing on to my kitchen and let's get cooking. Good looking today, because Thanksgiving is just around the corners and I know everybody is looking for a holiday spirit that they want to sit there and serve their guests on Thanksgiving. And this is what I serve to my guests on every Thanksgiving, and I want to sit there and bring my recipe to you. It is apple pie moonshine. So swing on into my kitchen. Good looking. Hey there, good looking. I'm so glad you swung into my kitchen today. I want to sit there and share a little bit of holiday spirit with each and every one of you. But before we begin, I want to say happy holidays, y'all. So we're going to be making what I have been known for so many years of handing out at the holiday time, and it is my version of the apple pie moonshine. So we're going to be needing 1 gallon of 100% apple cider. Now, before you go and put your apple cider in, I want you to sit there and shake it all up before you add it to a big old stainless steel pot that I have off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead, shake this all up. Let's go ahead and add all the apple cider to our large stock pot. You're going to be needing 1 quart of apple juice, and also please make sure it's 100%. So I'm going to go ahead and add some apple juice. Now, some of my friends, they'll go ahead and add a whole gallon of apple juice. That is totally up to you. If you want to do that, go ahead. But I only add a quart. So now I'm going to sit there and we're going to put 3 cups of brown sugar in here. Now, I don't have any of the brown sugar on hand. Now, if this happens to you, don't fret. We still can make brown sugar. All you need is some molasses. Now, I have 4 cups of sugar here, even though we need 3 cups of brown sugar, but the recipe also calls for 1 cup of white sugar. So I already went ahead and just added the extra cup of white sugar to this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and dump all the 4 cups of sugar that we would be needing for our apple pie moonshine. And now I would be adding about 3 tablespoons of the molasses. So let's go ahead and add our molasses. And that's about 3 tablespoons. I'm going to go and get a plastic spatula and we'll be right back. Alright, I have my plastic spatula, and now I'm just going to give this a quick stir before I take this all over to the stove, and we're going to heat it up until all the sugar melts. And then we're going to allow it all to come back down to room temperature. Okay, I have it over here at the stove, and we're just going to sit there and bring it up to like a medium heat or until all the sugar dissolves. Alright, I brought this back over here, And now we're going to allow this to cool back down to room temperature. And then we're going to be adding the alcohol. But now, I want to sit there and tell you, this apple pie moonshine, it ages really well. Now, if you have the patience to allow this to sit for, a little bit on the pantry shelf, I'm telling you, the sugars blend out and the alcohol taste is almost undetectable. Trust me. And I just want to sit there and say, you've been warned. Now, if you've aged this like I do, because you know what I call this? Like at Thanksgiving time for the cook? This is the cook's portion, or the cook's ration. But bring this down to room temperature, and I'll show you what we do next. Alright, now all of our cider and our apple juice, and along with the sugar and the brown sugar, that has all cooled down to room temperature. Please, 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 please make sure that you have cooled it down completely, because if it's hot, you're going to just burn off any of the alcohol that you're putting in, and that's just defeating a lot of our purpose. So folks, please make sure that you bring this down to room temperature. Okay, with that being said, we're going to take a whole bottle of the Everclear, and we're going to add that to the apple cider and to the apple juice mixture with the sugar all in there. So I'm going to crack this bottle open, and we're going to add the whole bottle. Now, I cannot begin to tell you, folks, how good this apple pie moonshine is. I mean, it sneaks up on you. I mean, it's really good. It tastes like candy. And every time I say that, it reminds me of that one episode of I Love Lucy where she's doing that, I think it was a Vita Vegemite mix or something like that. And she'll sit there saying it's so tasty too, and she gets lit up like a light bulb at the end of the episode. I mean, it's funny. That's the stuff. Well, anyways, enough with my chit chat. Now, you could add 1 or 2 cups of spiced rum. Now, I use 2 cups. 2 cups are better. So, what the hell? You know what? This last little bit is not worth saving, in my opinion, on my shelf. So, you know what? We're just going to add that last little bit. And now, I'm going to sit there and grab my plastic spatula, and we're going to give this all a good stir. Now, I plan on using this for my Thanksgiving dinner, so I'm not going to sit there and bottle this up. This is going to be served to all our guests that come for Thanksgiving, and there's no need for me to bottle it up because I'm going to put it in one of them 2-gallon beverage dispensers. That way everybody can just go up and serve themselves. So I'm just going to sit there and put it back in the container until Thanksgiving Day, and I'm ready to put it in my 2-ounce or my 2-gallon beverage dispenser. So I'm just going to ladle it all back in. The jugs that the juice and all that came from. So, but if you were to give these as gifts, I would be ladling them into, the size I have here is the 1-quart jars, and I would give them out as a gift like that, or in my redneck china, which is going to be a future video. I've been known to sit there and make the glasses and give you the glass with the apple pie moonshine in it. Enough of my chit chat again, and I'm going to keep ladling this all in my jugs. So as you see, I have it all bottled up. Here is another way that you could sit there and bottle it up. I would just sit there and print up some cute little labels and smack over the original labels if you don't want to sit there try to get them off of the jar. That's really easy to do in like a paint program. Now, if you liked what you saw here today, please go down and hit that like button, and please be sure to share this recipe with others and let them know about my channel here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go up above, tap that subscribe button, tap that little bell. That way you'll always be notified every time the Pleasure Lady here puts out a new video. But most of all, I want to wish each and every one of yous happy holidays, and y'all come back now, you hear?